Hey there, travelers. My name's Kyle, open and proudly radical. As you may or may not notice at some point throughout this, depending on the size of the screen you're watching, I'll probably have to repeat this a few times. Hey there, RV. I think you are first. Hey, Joe. My eyes are dilated like a motherfucker. I saw an ophthalmologist today, and they dilated my eyes not once but twice. Which one? Intro song? Intro or the one before it? The lead up song. Because if you want, I can tell you. Let me fix that. Yes, here I can. There you go. Hey, kitty cat. Nope. Just doing show warm up. Welcome. The intro. All right. My intro song. Hang on. Give me a sec, because that's somewhere else entirely. Show music. Oh, where would that be? Twitch graphics. Opener. All right. Let me find it for you. This is gonna bother me. So this I'm just gonna do this now, because this is gonna annoy the shit out of me. Fuck it. I'll be doing that all day. Anyway. So yeah, I saw an ophthalmologist today. So my eyes are dilated like a motherfucker. Things are blurry. Every light is entirely too bright. I'm getting starbursts off of shit. Remind me another time and I'll dig it out of the fucking archives somewhere. So, yeah, it's most assuredly a PBDH. Yeah. So we'll see if my pupils contract at any point during this show, if this shit wears off or not. But given the fact that they dosed me twice with whatever fucking compounds they use to dilate pupils, it could be a while. We'll see. Hey, cool boy. Yeah. So, yeah, you'll see a bunch of blinking. And for Joe, who actually knows like the reason that was done, dude didn't find anything. There is one avenue that we're pursuing just to check a couple of things, like cross the T's, dot the I's, but no pathologies found. So we're good on that front. Hey, Skeptic. Hey, Curio. Yeah. Oh, that's behind. Hang on. There we go. Hey, Momo. I need to drop that down. I changed over the camera. Is no longer a webcam, but my Canon DSLR. So yes, that Curio. That's also my light setting is on a different setting entirely. I've got it on a different brightness. Same Kelvin, same temperature, but different brightness. But yeah, it is a different camera entirely. Yeah. So you can see my blown out fucking pupils. I was waiting till after Christmas. because that was the familial gift. It was asked of me, you know, what you wanted. Dick sucking leftist radicals. Oh, what I wanted. So yeah, I let my mom get me a capture card. So are you on the ice? Shit, dude, some acid. I wish, right? Like I wish. Holy shit. Thank you for the host. Thank you for. Let me get my other window up here. What's up, Monster Depot? Yeah, it's both. Thank you for that. There we go. All right. Do a little of that. Let's do some shout outs here. And thank you for the host, Kitty Cat Noop. There you go. I said your name and I shouted you out in the links. But yeah, no. So I changed over to an Elgato 4K capture card. Even though we're not streaming at 4K. Yeah, it's I run off right now I'm running off a Canon. Is that an SL2? I think it's an SL2. It's consumer, like prosumer territory. For this episode only, I'm gonna call you Big Eye Kai. All right, we'll get the anime thing going on. Can I get some? Somebody send me some cat ears. I'll wear some cat ears. How do you do, my fellow crudo Yugo Venezuelan Marxist Bakuninist Leninist Trotskyist Guevariist Bidenists? Hey there, premarital. Hi, Zakai T. Yeah, I wish I was fucking high, right? But nope. Just dilated eyes, dilated pupils, that's all. Jeez. So it's been a while since I've been on stream. Exactly, Momo. Didn't find anything. How was my break? It's good. It's okay. It was, I think by Saturday, I kind of wanted to be on stream again. God, Jesus. The key light with the dilated pupils is a hell of a thing. Let's just put it that way. Well, of course I have trouble with authority. What has authority done for you? Of course I have a problem with authority. I think most people in my entire community have a problem with authority. But mine is a philosophical and a harm reduction. Makes me feel like a good little boy. Yeah, I think by Saturday I was wanting to be on stream again and talk about some shit. Let's just right off the top, let's talk about the Christmas Day bombing, right? Like that was a thing. That was a whole fucking thing. That was the weirdest form of committing suicide I've seen in a while. Hey, Ursa. What's up? Yeah, I mean, throwing a fucking a speaker system on your RV to warn people to get the fuck out of the area. it was clearly not intended to kill anyone. It was intended as apparently a form of suicide of sorts. Definitely went out with a bang. Yeah, that was the weirdest one of the week. Yeah, hey Kaiser. Hey Larry. Yeah, that was definitely the weirdest story of the week. That's one way to commit suicide, I suppose. People are gonna fucking remember your way out. That's for goddamn sure. And no love lost for AT&T, quite frankly. But yeah. Well, Ursa, there was literally like warning shots and a warning speaker and 15 minutes of blaring, like, get the fuck out of here warnings. It was, yeah, I understand. Like, it still could have failed. Somebody could have taken an Ambien and fucking fallen asleep. Somebody could have, X, Y, and Z. Trust me. It was, yeah. It was definitely just fucking weird. Nobody called it terrorism. Crab? Literally no one said terrorism. Not a wait, did anyone? Nope, not a single fucking person said that. You did. You just literally apropos of nothing. How is it terrorism if no one said it was terrorism? You don't have to kill other people. You know what? Keep it up here. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm looking at my stream deck down here, and it's just blurry as fuck. Well, there we go. Exactly, kitty cat. Clearly, somebody was calling their own way out. And I mean, it's an indictment of the mental health care and healthcare system of the United States as a whole, really. When people are blowing themselves up, in their RVs as their methodologies for calling their way out, it's an indictment of our mental health care system. 100%. I watched a streamer who allegedly lived next door to the bomber for several years. She claims to have never talked with him, but that his yard was covered in Trump propaganda in 2016. Take it as you will. Whatever. Yeah, that was definitely... Can we not say whiteness? I'm fine if you want to go with white supremacy or some sort of, but the whiteness, that reeks of problematic ideologies behind it. Just anyway. Oh, so what else happened? That was beforehand. All of the pardons for war criminals and shit like that. One of the pardons was for a canine police officer who sicked their dog on a suspect who had already surrendered to the police. The officer, Stephanie Moore, asked if her dog could get a bite. And so they had this surrendered, subdued suspect, and they just sicked a canine on him. And she, was, of course, found guilty, blah, 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 Trump pardoned, XYZ. There was a whole bunch of foreign-related stuff. Nigeria seized a Shell oil site over unpaid damages. There was, well, let me pull up that one because I remember it was a women's rights activist and her brother in northern Afghanistan were shot dead by a gunman on a motorbike. Let's see. There was the Bangladeshi film director who was arrested and charged after a scene in a film called Nabab LLB. It's about rape and treatment of victims, and it depicts the police harshly interrogating a rape victim and highlighting attitudes of violence towards women in a conservative culture of Bangladesh. He was arrested and charged with a whole bunch of shit. Let's see. Then there was the cameraman for Reuters who was arrested in Ethiopia after police raided his home and confiscated his computer, phone, and other stuff, apparently. He had been covering fighting between the government and rebel troops in the northern Tigray region. So, yeah, whole bunch of that shit. It's been a rough year for activists, reporters, environmentalists. Yeah, for sure. Is there any others? That were on the international front while we were gone. No, that was 9 days ago. All right, cool. Oh. I just noticed Jay's comment over on the Discord server. Hey, me, Trey. No, but we'll talk about it. We don't kink shame, but we're going to talk about it. For sure. All right. So that was sort of the international headlines that caught my eye while we were off. Saudi Arabia as well. $500 million in precision guided missiles and bombs are going to be sold to Saudi Arabia. The Trump administration formally notified Congress that they will be that the transaction has been approved and will go through. So we're sending over an additional $500 million worth of guided ordnance to Saudi Arabia, which I'm sure won't find its way into the hands of any interesting groups whatsoever along the way. $2,000 stimulus passed the House earlier today. Like 134 people voted against it. RV, 134, I think it was against. But yeah, and then there's whether it will even, whether it'll make it past Mitch McConnell's desk, whether it'll, get out of his drawer or not. Lucas, I mean, you're welcome to. Is it your own Twitch channel? I mean, I'd prefer if you, say hi and interact and, let us know what you're about, but by all means. It's not your Twitch channel. Yeah, or maybe just starting out. Jesus Christ. Having dilated pupils is not fun when you have a key light in your face. Bright as fuck. Networking. Exactly. But say hello, Lucas. What are you all about? You need a golf visor. Yeah, I don't have one. I don't wear ball caps either. What I'm gonna be doing soon also, can everyone please follow me on Twitch? Well, do you have any hang on. Do you have any content whatsoever? Have you done a single stream yet, Lucas? I mean, we'll give you a shout out. There you go. Everybody go follow Lucas. Oh. It'll work. They're polarized and they're fucking with my screen. Let's see. Oh yeah, Canada. Hey, Ramsey. What time is it in the Netherlands, Ramsey? There. Well, all right. So there we actually have a fucking something or other. Hang on. Again, you don't have any content up, Lucas. You gotta have something. 3 a.m. or close to it. All right, Ramsey. Sleep well. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for saying hi, my man. And get yourself some rest. Your logo is annoyingly similar to another Twitch channel. I confused you. Sorry, Hable Thornex. I don't even know who they are. And I fucking hate moderates too. I'm with you. Well, I can say that I have been rocking that color scheme on the PR, not originally on Twitch, but I've been rocking it on as the Discord server logo for quite some time. So I can claim prior art on that sort of, you know, font and color scheme as far as that goes. Lucas has doubled his follower count tonight. Fuck yeah, Lucas. Oh, Jesus. How old are you, Lucas? Everybody unfollow Lucas. Lucas, get off the internet. Yeah, this is not an age appropriate channel for you, probably. If you're young enough that your mom is telling you can't post content, we're probably not the channel to be hanging out in, Lucas. This is not age appropriate. We talk about economics. We won't unfollow you. Nobody unfollow Lucas. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh. Lucas, you're literally a baby. You're literally a baby. Oh my God. Everybody make your own decisions, but your mother is gonna be furious with you, mister. At some sense. Knock that off. I would never. Me, Trey. Hey, I'm short. I mean, seems precocious, seems outgoing, seems like, you know, some sort of direction. But This is, I mean, clearly. No worries, Lucas. Lucas, there we go. I'm doing it for you. I'm doing it for you. Lucas, sleep well. Have a good night. Catch you later. I'm just going to do it for her. Sometimes you just got to show the children the door and just, you can't. You can't. But, no, of course not, Cat. Of course not. I mean, it is the internet after all, right? I mean, I remember when I was fucking that age, you know, um, that, you know, it's like the warning for, thank you for the, thank you for the follow, Lucas. You shouldn't be following me and you shouldn't be watching my content. Um, you know, I remember when I was that age, like, you know, adult warnings on things. It just means that I need to watch this now. So, you know, I get it. How old are you now? I'm 38, Kasura. Oof, yeah, heart. I get it. Yeah, you had to go. Sorry, Lucas. See you another year or so, or 5. Um, no, we're not like libertarians with their Gadsden flags. One, libertarians basically don't believe in the social construct of sorts. They're not for mutual aid. They're not for community organizing. What they're for is hyper individualism. Anarchism flows through and out of the Enlightenment period. Libertarianism flows out of the Enlightenment period. So there's a Venn diagram overlap. Yes, many people want similar things or shared beliefs. It doesn't mean it's an identical ideology. This is part of the nuance of political science and adult discussions, is that these are not the same things. Traditionally, internationally speaking or historically speaking, libertarianism is actually synonymous with anarchism. But neo-libertarianism or American libertarianism is a wholly right-wing philosophy where libertarianism traditionally in classical libertarianist sense or an international libertarianist sense is a left-wing philosophy. So what difference does that get you? It gets you social safety nets. It gets you those Tea Party guys seem pretty well armed. So let me tell you about the Socialist Rifle Association. It's a thing. It's a real thing. Let me tell you about Marx speaking specifically on the matter of how arms and ammunition shouldn't be surrendered, and any attempt to do so should be frustrated by force if necessary. See, the thing is that people in the center and on the left have weapons. They just don't fetishize them. They're not out in the street masturbating to their airsats fantasies, right? Like I suppose all fantasies are a bit of an airsats, right? Like that. I suppose that's I suppose that's redundant to a certain degree. Your money is a construct to start with. It's not real. social Darwinism is so uncool. We're not animals. Um, well, Crab, you can take your Randian objectivist masturbatory fantasy of existing on an island by yourself and not contributing or taking from a social network of any sort. Um, but you won't last long and you won't have a high quality of life. The fact of the matter is you are the direct beneficiary of other people's contributions to society, and on a regular basis, every minute of every day, you extract resource and service from that society. It's just the truth. Now, should it be more voluntary system? Of course it should. The state shouldn't have a monopoly on force to start with. That's issue number one. Everything is done at the point of a gun for all intents and purposes. When push comes to shove, hey, Aheko, thank you for the follow. Not if you remove churches. Crab. See, this is the thing. When that statistical analysis of conservative versus liberal charitable donations was done, what was done, see, I already know what you're talking about. You think this is a dialogue tree that I haven't encountered before? When it was done, it included churches as part of that charitable giving. And those churches include mega churches. Once you remove these, what happens is that conservatives no longer give the lion's share of charitable donations. So, you know, something to consider the next time you bring that up. That the exploitative, manipulative, reductive philosophies or harbingers of philosophies that hold back and restrain our society from progressing are a huge chunk of that so-called charitable donation. And it often finds its ways into pastors' pockets who, need a new private airplane. Kasura, going back to the Enlightenment, isn't society just a coercive relationship we enter with each other for the common good? Yes. I mean, we could bring a lot more nuance into it for the discussion, Kasura. Kasura. But yeah, for all intents and purposes, it doesn't have to be coercive, but it is. It can be. Sometimes it is. But it doesn't have to be. You can be a better parent. You can be a better sibling. You can be a better, child. But, yeah. No, mega church pastors were. So you gotta. I won't go down that line. Joe, exactly. So let's see what else. What other headlines did I have over the break? That was interesting, by the way. Oh, the mass die off of birds. Southwestern U.S. has had a mass die off of birds caused by long-term starvation. %80 of the specimens that were analyzed by the USGS National Wildlife Health Center showed long-term starvation. 10,000 birds reported within this season. Yeah. Hable or Hable Thornrex. I can't. I honestly, the only thing, yeah. No, it is difficult to imagine anything more coercive than the current wage slave system. It really is. It's extraordinarily coercive. Fucking Harvey gonna keep bringing that up. Yeah, so let's just. There you go. Get a shot of it. Oh, unwrap that. There we go. Got caught up there. Yeah, there you go. Conservatives do things. Conservatives are capable of doing good things, not when they're advocating for conservacy, though. Conservatism is an inherently monarchistic system. It's inherently authoritarian. It's inherently exploitative. It finds its foundations and roots with Burkean philosophy, which was an appeal to maintaining the establishment of monarchism or strongman or strong-arm tactics during the French Revolution. Right? There's not a poli-sci, there's not a political scientist in existence that would debate the roots of modern conservatism. It's of Burkean origins. So sure, conservatives are capable of doing good things, but not under the banner of conservatism. Conservatism is all about maintaining an authoritative hierarchy over the subjects and a retardation of progress. It's about an elimination of populist movements. It's about an oppression of the working class. Oh, you're an enlightened centrist. That makes perfect sense, actually. That makes perfect sense. We got ourselves an enlightened centrist in the house folks. To both sides being equal. Oh, I love centrists. They're always great to deal with. See, I personally, Hey, Enrico, Artista. Yeah, one side says, hey, let's kill a bunch of minorities. One side says, hey, let's not kill a bunch of minorities. And then the centrists say, hey, guys, let's compromise. Let's only kill some minorities. I fucking love centrists. Hey, Zoo, centrist, doing nothing and bragging about it. Also a great take. Yeah. Imagine believing in the mythical moderate center of politics. Yeah, and especially in a society where the Overton window has been shifted so drastically that, you know, if you find your position in the center of this jerry-rigged political spectrum that we have in America, then chances are you're on the right. But hey. No. Kitty. Kitty, if you ask nicely, there are some regulars in here who have 10K to spare. 100%. 100%. There's plenty of people in chat right now that probably have that to burn. So you just, you know, ask the communities. Mutual aid that shit, Kitty. Hey, I have a need for 10,000 channel points for reasons. Does anybody have 10,000 that they have to spare? You know? Yeah, you could definitely crop that out to, you could definitely farm that out to the community, Kitty. Just saying. And girly, see? Just like that. This is how solidarity and mutual aid works. This is how it works. People, fucking currency is imaginary. Channel points are imaginary. The same fucking thing as money. You can't share them, Joe, but you can, you know, you can make it happen. Just, see, I told you. There's plenty of regulars in here that's got points to go around. You can't share them directly, girly. You just have to ask me. RV already, don't worry. There was an outflowing of it. There was an outflowing. Oh, I love my community. I really do. You guys are fucking hilarious. And then what we do, hang on. And since money is made up, RV, you have your points back. Since the economic system is all fabricated anyway, and I'm essentially the central bank for this shit, I just refunded the points. It's all fabricated. Cat, central banking. Oh yeah, exactly. Like that's, dude, the person in the person in charge of the money is the person who holds all the cards. It's fucking stupid. It's one of the stupidest ideas we've come up with. Talk about a riggable system. Holy shit. Talk about a system that needs a distributed form of control. Yeah, my voice is, I mean, because I haven't been talking on the regular for like 5 days. So everything's rough right now. Anyway, that was, I had a dumbass political compass test that said central banking was a left-leaning position. Holy shit, Cat, where did you find that? Genius system for those that benefit from it. Exactly. Ace, my ace. I don't know if they're going to stick around, but we got ourselves an enlightened centrist that just got timed out, Ace. So stick around, my love. Kai is the Weimar Republic, creating channel points as fast as the printers can run. I have more paper rectangles than you, so I get to be the king. Exactly, Zoo. It's a bullshit system if there ever was. I you know. I have the screen prints I got from Just Seeds. And I'm gonna start putting them, like, I'm gonna change this artwork. I'm gonna put some up here. I'm gonna put some here, maybe, put something over here, that sort of thing. But yeah, I've got some political artwork that I'm gonna put up in the background. Maybe over there. Yeah, that's prime space for a statement or two. Anyway, I didn't ask, how was everybody's stuff? Because I didn't stream over break. You know, I didn't stream over, RV. I didn't stream over Christmas or, is there any other, you know, whatever. I'm doing good, just low on ketamine. So am I. I don't have any. I have none, therefore I am low. But yeah, how did everybody have a good time? Everybody spend some time with their family or whatever. Or not their family, depending on how you feel about your family. Friends, adopted family. Kwanzaa just begun. I don't celebrate though. I always wish my like friends and family a happy Chris Mahana Kwanzaa. I've been doing that since early 2000s. For that specific, you know, that window of holiday overlap. Yeah, I go for Chris Mahana Kwanzaa. Just say happy holidays, you contrarian. You say that shit too. Rock the fuck on. See? Fuck you, cat. See, I'm not alone. It's a fun word. It's a fun word. Chris Mahana Kwanzaa. There you go. Somebody said, Hable, happy belated birthday, Hable. It's actually a really positive day. Was most grateful. Positivity is in short supply this year. Well, I can't give you too much of it. It's on short supply here as well. Do you mind me asking how many trips around have you taken? How old be you now, you old fogey? 43. Oh, that's a shame. You were the correct number, and then you had to shed it. 42. I'm a Douglas Adams guy. Hitchhiker's Guide for life, motherfuckers. But yeah. Happy birthday. I always make sure to wish my dear Christian friends a happy Saturnalia season. Oh, hey stream. Happy belated womb eviction day celebration. Well then, congratulations. You're the correct number, Hable. You are the answer to life, universe, and everything. Hable is officially the answer to life, universe, and everything. Congratulations. Let's see. Gotta keep those Abrahamics in place lest they forget paganism rules the waves. The kiddos enjoyed the holidays, so that was worth it. Even if I don't celebrate, I won't strip them of it. Fair enough, Ace. That's solid. Is there any other radio show that blows minds like Hitchhikers? I feel it's a one in a million piece of media. Dude, I adore the way Douglas wrote. I truly, he will forever, you know, I'll die with that book in my arms, I think. Yeah. Something about his light science fiction combined with comedic, irreverent sensibilities. I adore Douglas Adams. I truly do. Hey, yes. The lurking Cappy. I video chatted with my family. We're hundreds of miles away from each other. It wasn't as weird as it might have been if we hadn't done the same thing for Thanksgiving. Fair enough. All right. Catch you in a bit, kitty. The answer is always 42. Exactly. Wife yelled, I'm hollering. What if you wanted to live rent-free forever, but surgeon said C-section? On behalf of Douglas Adams, fuck Alex Jones. I love Alex Jones as much as the next guy. He's absolutely batshit insane. He's crazy as fuck, and for that, he's entertaining. But to even mention him in the same breath as Douglas Adams, no. Hello, Wolf Skeptic. I don't know who that is, so I can't really comment on that. Night, Joe. Sleep well. Yeah, that's the problem, is tankies are authoritarian skeptic. This is the problem. Anarchists aren't ever going to stop bashing on tankies because tankies are authoritarian. They're literally antithetical to what anarchists are about. There's no healing that divide. The only way that you... Well, I mean, that somebody else can... I mean, that's fine. If that's their content, if Vosh and Xanderall spend most of their time bashing tankies, well, that's their content. I mean, Vosh has God knows how many fucking viewers. Clearly people are tuning in to hear him bash tankies then. I mean, I don't spend a whole lot of time talking shit about tankies, but I mean, an over-aestheticization of authoritarian left ideologies and an apologist's approach to Mao and Stalin is not going to get along with an anarchist ever. Like these are not positions that can be rectified. So if you're looking for anarchists to stop talking shit about tankies, then you're probably going to be waiting a while. I mean, I don't do it on the regular. So you don't have to worry about that from me. Like, it's not going to be a regular basis thing. But yeah, if it comes up, we're going to fucking poke at them a little bit for sure. Exactly, RV. Exactly. And that's where... So do you have, like, do you want to actually engage in the dialectic? A million words? Do you want to actually contribute something? Do you have more rhetorical device than just dumb, though, and shitty shortened spelling of though, even? No, Crab, you got timed out because the community wanted it. It's that simple. Simple as can be. Well, be less annoying. It's the only thing I can say to you. All right, I can get behind that, Skeptic, just on the basis that authoritarian would be a more appropriate term. Ace, maybe. You don't know what the basis of anarchism is, crap. And yet you're here again. Please tell me what the core tenet of anarchism is about. And then we'll go from there. But I do agree with you, Skeptic, on that a linguistic difference, just to switch up from fascist to authoritarian would be, do we need another piano map? Oh, Jesus Christ. If we need another piano map, I'm not drawing it. And yet I let the community make the decisions. More often than not, it's surrendered. The authority is surrendered. No, it wasn't me who timed you out. And it won't be me who ends up banning you after you become so obnoxious and so boring. No, you're not you, Skeptic. No. Not you, Skeptic. That wasn't directed at you. Yeah, Skeptic. No. Centrists are worse than the right. Centrists pretend to be what they're... let's see, be for what is just, but are enablers to the right most of the time. At least we know. Yeah, see, that's how I feel, Hable. Oh, and hey there, Joe. Yeah, he's getting there. He's getting there, Ace. Oh, yeah. I am. And Kat answered Skeptic. Tankies are people who don't care about things like worker-owned means of production and the abolition of the state and the collapsing down of class hierarchies and the challenging of hierarchical power structures. They're only interested in the aesthetics of leftism and militaristic fetishism, which I agree. There already is a thing, million words. See, this is the thing. Anarchism is already a thing. It's already used. It's already used on a global scale. Just because it isn't used on a macro scale doesn't mean it's not used on a micro scale all the time. That's your little myopic worldview. Spain, Italy, Germany, the US, the UK, Korea. It exists all over the place. Just because you fail to see where it exists can't help you there. History lesson, here we go. No, because I'm not in the mood. Million has been here before. Oh, I like post-scarcity. There's a fucking name. Oh, really? We're doing piano map. We're doing the piano map, guys. It seems we're at that level. All right. Anarchism is a wide river with many contributing streams and tributaries. But, in my opinion, the core of anarchism, it's going, scarcity, it's going, we'll see, is about a collapsing down of hierarchical power structures and a philosophical challenging of power and authority mechanisms where they may lie in society, and a removal, dismantling, and replacement thereof for those that don't meet the requirements. All right? This is what it's about. It's about collapsing those hierarchical structures, and it's about challenging power and authority mechanisms. Plain and simple. All right? Now, you can say, well, the state, why didn't you talk about that? Because the state is another hierarchical power structure. It is a power and authority mechanism. It happens all the time. There's tons of anarchistic co-ops. There's tons of them. Cooperatives exist. Cooperatives contribute 30% of the global economy. Many of them are worker-owned. Many of them use things like consensus decision-making rather than hierarchical decision-making structures. Just because in your, I almost said pathetic, limited world experience, you've never engaged in this, doesn't mean it doesn't exist. 50% of this, I'm 38, motherfucker. Call me a child again. 50% of the national agriculture and industry during the Spanish Civil War was produced by anarchistic co-ops. Actually, anarchistic communes. Sorry, misspoke. Yeah, it's saved so many Koreans from starving from during the division and split. Oh, yeah, skeptic. 100%. Ukrainians, Spaniards, Americans, West Virginia, some of the boroughs of New York, definitely some of the ethnic enclaves. No, skeptic. Not a regular. Yeah. There's still anarchistic co-ops running to this day in this country and abroad. Whether you like it or not, whether you choose to accept it or not, whether you want it to be or not, anarchism existed before the written word, and it will be here after it as well. Sorry. Scarcity, and that's why it's about a philosophical challenging of those power and authority mechanisms, and a dismantling or replacement thereof when they don't meet the requirements. Right? Like that's the thing, is your authority must be justified under an anarchistic system, and if you don't meet those justifications, then it's about a removal and dismantling or replacement thereof. But there are justified hierarchical or authoritative systems or relationships within anarchistic. Teacher, mentor, pupil is a classic example. Yes, Vietnam. Yeah. But as I'm a fan of pointing out, most people lack vision and education. It's that simple. If you don't live it, if you haven't experienced it firsthand, then you need an ability to create in your mind's eye, and you need enough information to let you create something in your mind's eye. And if you don't have those two and you don't have the firsthand experience, then things like anarchistic systems or alternative economic systems or alternative political systems are extraordinarily difficult for people to wrap their brain meat, mind meat around, right? It's just that simple. I often tell people, look it up. Just look up whatever the closest anarchistic co-op is to you physically and go talk to them. Go look at how it's run, because I can talk theory until I'm blue in the face. But the fact of the matter is that most people learn by firsthand experience, and they learn by doing. And so most people who come through here who are of that mind that it doesn't exist, it will never work, that sort of thing, they need to experience it. Anything short of that isn't going to get it across to them. Most people are too lazy to think outside the box and open their minds to new possibilities. They like comfort and safety in their brainwashed world. Sad, but true. It's so hard to create an imagination for some people because we've been so indoctrinated by capitalism. Yes, that's the materialist way, yeah. It works for some, and on a decreasing effect. See, capitalism has to turn inwardly after it exploits the outward, right? Capitalism is inherently authoritarian. It's inherently hierarchical, and it's inherently exploitative. It requires the exploitation of the human resource and the natural resources of the world. And once you maximize the potential outwardly, the only gains left for capitalism, see Marx on these critiques, is to turn inwardly. So what you start doing is you start attacking the worker and the consumer. Right? First, it offshores that exploitation. It distances it. So it sends it to, sub-Saharan Africa or Bangladesh or China, right? But eventually, that level of exploitation can only be achieved and maintained for a certain amount of time and extent. And when it finally reaches its maximum on that front, what happens is it turns back inwardly on itself. And you start to see it self-consume the consumers and the producers within its own society. This is very much a micro summary of Marx's critiques of late stage and end stage capitalism. This is what will happen. And inevitably, this is what has happened. Joe. Capitalism is on its last leg and fighting like hell. The thing fight the hardest right before they die. I wouldn't call that working. Well, I mean, it's working for some, Abel. Again, it's working for some. Hey, Ghost. Since centrists love to yada yada about anarchism not working historically, here's my favorite historical example of centrism going wrong. Prince Paul, regent of Yugoslavia, signed the tripartite pact on the condition of remaining neutral in World War II. He got immediately thrown out by supporters of his cousin's son, Peter II, which a month later led to the Axis invasion and occupation of Yugoslavia and the genocide of ethno-religious minorities at the hands of the Nazis and the Croatian Ustaše? Or the Ustas? Yeah, that's the materials way for you. My favorite quote from Kropotkin is, competition is the law of the jungle, while cooperation is the law of civilization. Exactly. Hey, here's a headline. Lost in the middle. Will the arrogant certainty of centrism destroy America? From Bill Clinton through Barack Obama and now Joe Biden, the centrist consensus has failed and learned nothing. Nintendo is historically stable. So... So did constitutional monarchism, Crab. See, that's the thing. Oh yeah, Cat. I agree 100%. Nintendo's community outreach and public relations are dog shit. What do you think of the utility of people like Peter Joseph in demonstrating the possibility for a post-market society? Give me a sec. He's the Zeitgeist guy, right? Like I had to double check that. It is hilarious you hang out here, Ghost. Given we hate copyright, we hate intellectual property, we hate capitalist economics, we hate all this sort of stuff, but you have sort of made this your airsats home of sorts. It is. I find that hilarious at a almost spiritual level. Welcome. Yeah. And Cat. I'm just going to point that out for fucking Crab. Because I got a fucking Ghost is our token character. You got a home here. It's fine. I also know you can. Jesus Christ. I know that you kind of hyperfixate on Kropotkin. He's not my guy. I don't hyperfixate. He's usually the only anarchist I bring up because he's the only anarchist I like. The rest of them suck, to be honest. I mean, you read any like Michel-Luc Bellemare? How about Goldman? I mean, there's non-big name anarchists that you can read. There's people who publish under pseudonyms who just do single essay pieces. This is the thing. Hey, OnlyFacts. Did you have to? No. You can change that. Shout out to OnlyFacts. Okay. All right, Skeptic. Yeah, Berkman is pretty good too. Is pretty great too. Post Scarcity putting up some. No worries. Yeah, everybody go follow OnlyFacts. If you're not already following. There you go. Cool. Get that done. Yeah, I mean, there's smaller names out there. In anarchism, and there's modern anarchists, right? Like this is the thing. You learn the classics so you can build upon them and fix them and change them and mix them up, right? And sort of, remix, that sort of thing. So people get a little too focused on those classics, and it's almost like a constitutional originalist. Hey, good on you, Skeptic. Good on you. That'll teach you the history, right? This is the remix to Ignition. And so, yeah, it's almost like a constitutional originalist, right? If you get stuck in these original forms, then you're not open to the dynamism that anarchism has inherent in its system. And hey, Noam, and that leaves a whole bunch of problems intact, and then it leaves out a whole host of progress that could be made. And I mean, even going back a ways, somebody like Emma Goldman talking about, who I have disagreements with on a whole bunch of points. But even she says, you know, it's a network of ideas. It's not a single dogmatic philosophy, right? That's the point of anarchism. It's not a single dogmatic philosophy. It is this network of ideas. And networks can shift. Networks are dynamic. Networks aren't static entities. And as a result, you can have this sort of modality of operation that allows for levels of change that other systems wouldn't necessarily have. Face mask tutorials. I want to be the Alex Jones of face mask promotion, former materials engineer. Facts. Dude, I love the network I'm building. The fact that you're a materials engineer, I may one day. Bernie Obama, then back to Bernie, but even then, and Noam Chomsky, depending on the issue. Fair enough. Sourcing. Yeah, it's good to know history, but we live in a complex and changing world. Going back more than 40 years starts to lose some relevance. Exactly. Surfer Girl Philly. You get many good waves in that part of the world, Philly. Welcome. Oh, Christian anarchism is so much fun, Kaiser. The fact that you have a book dedicated to it is going to be a really interesting read for you. I know that name, Martin Van Steenwyck. PDF version, here I come. Oh, that's not big either. That's digestible. 71 pages. Rock on. Yeah, there's a long story tradition of anarchists and communists within the Christian religion. It's a thing. It has been a thing for quite some time. I used to work for a Koch brothers company that competed with Halliburton, Petro Materials Engineering, all oil pipelines in Oklahoma. Gotten out of my hypocritical ways, and now I do my own e-commerce things online. But anyways, headed out for some errands. Hope to catch you when I get back. Eventually, actually, I can drive with this on Apple CarPlay, so I'll see y'all in the car. I won't write, though, while I drive. Good. Be safe. Be safe. Only. Yeah. Oh... And who was this that recommended? Kaiser. Kaiser was the one who found this one. I should talk to him. There we go. He's the executive director of the Center for Prophetic Imagination in Minneapolis, Minnesota. He and his wife founded the Mennonite Worker, an urban intentional community committed to Jesus' way of hospitality, simplicity, prayer, peacemaking, and resistance. Oh, I'm talking to this guy. Interesting. Yeah, skeptic, what do you want? Um, like, how dense of reading do you want? Like, you, I mean, have you gotten you got Peter Marshall Demanding the Impossible, right? Because those are my two primary recommendations if you just want to know about anarchism, right? But what is there any particular direction you want to go? Um, because the structural anarchistic the structuralist anarchist manifesto by Bellamare, Bellamare, Michel Luc, is quite the read. It's not an easy read either. It is an academic text. Then leave, crab. Leave. Like, nobody's keeping you here. You're just here to complain. And I think that's your form of entertainment, right? So happy to provide for you. It is an academic text. It is rather impenetrable. It's not huge. It's not like Demanding the Impossible. It is, only about yay thick. It's a dissertation, but you can find it online. Yeah, it just sort of depends what direction you want to go. Emma Goldman is always worth reading. She's a hell of a firebrand. Has some really interesting things to say. Kat's recommendation of Stirner and Bakunin. Bakunin is sort of your ground base sort of stuff. Stirner is definitely, closer to modern. Not modern truly, but closer to modern. Yeah, just sort of let me know what you're after, and we'll try and get you in a direction. And I mean, don't forget the anarchist library is a thing, right? You could just go to the anarchist library .org and find tons of stuff. I mean, Malatesta, fucking, I mean, there's so much stuff on there. Like, that's the thing, I mean, even if you want like non-anarchist stuff, it's going to be there. Even my most De Boer, you know. But there's, and here, let me pump that link into chat for you as well. There you go. Oh, no, no, no. No, I wanted that tab open. The Holy Anarchist. I need a mental note to send this guy a fucking message. I want to talk to him. With the support of the Central Plains Mennonite Conference, he's nurtured and networked radical Christian communities around North America. I'm interested in this dude. I want to have a conversation with him. And now we're all on an NSA list. I hate to break it to you. You were already on an NSA list just by coming here. The net is not specific. The net is entire. Everybody on the internet is being categorized to one way, shape, or form. It's just the way it works. The system is inclusive, not exclusive. Yeah, privacy and security is a meme for the average person. Brutal. God, that breaks my heart to a certain degree. Oh, it really, really does. Um, yeah, that'll do it. Um, yeah, they putting us in boxes the minute you use the internet for the first time. Exactly. Oh, and poor, what was his name? Lucas? Poor Lucas. Jesus. Um, Skeptic. Also, a really good book. Um, it's not anarchist in the classical sense, but it's definitely something that an anarchist should have in their back pocket, so to speak, intellectually. Um, is How to Be an Anti-Capitalist in the 21st Century by Eric Olin Wright. That definitely is a recommendation. It will help you form arguments for those that you actually give a shit about to like speak to on this matter. Why capitalism sucks, why and how it can be improved, and the like different iterations of ideological progression within that. Sort of, the taking to sort of the like regulatory fashion all the way to the complete elimination thereof. I have to see how it gets good money for my nudes. So yeah, How to Be an Anti-Capitalist in the 21st Century by Eric Olin Wright is available in PDF form as well. Wolf, are you're not on the Discord server, are you, Wolf? What's for you, Wolf? What do we got? What do we got? I sent you a DM on Discord, Wolf. Go from there. The average white family in the oh Jesus Christ. What oh, it's in Jordan Peterson. Holy shit. All right. Hang on, I'll throw it on screen. It's in Kermit the Frog's fucking subreddit. All right, so somebody posted this. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna have to fix that later. There we go. There's literally a laptop and a little. It's fucking. It's really clean actually. Anyway, the average white family in the US is 7 times wealthier than the average black family. This is either due to intrinsic or extrinsic factors. If you think it's because of intrinsic factors, then you're racist by definition. If you think it's due if you think it's due to extrinsic factors, then there's systemic racism. So either you're racist or you believe there is systemic racism. Why would you float this, Reddit? Yo, I know, right, RV? Wait, I want to know who posted this. Yeah, it's fine. Hey, Memphis! Yeah, this is literally somebody kicking the hornet's nest. This is literally just that. Oh. This is great. You know, the link is in chat. In my opinion, even the name systemic racism is somewhat unhelpful because what we're really describing is how the system incidentally produces racial disparities because of our history. Even if the institutional stuff is largely gone, the remaining stuff that isn't explicitly racial can still have a skewed impact. It's like how funding schools by property taxes isn't inherently racist, but it produces a racial disparity in the US that might not in the UK if they implemented the same policy tomorrow, because the legacy of Jim Crow means majority black neighborhoods have a lower property values on average. I take your meaning, but for your own benefit, I'm not the only person who uses those two interchangeably. As a self-check, I looked up some resources online, and most explainers will use the term interchangeably. If you don't want to use them as such, that's fine. Oh my God. What else we got? Ad hom. Bait and switch. Jews. IQ. No one, and almost no one here wanted to engage the topic. Hundreds of comments later. If systemic racism exists, how would you respond to the fact that Nigerians and other African subsets of American demographics have higher average wealth than whites? Jesus Christ. All right. I can't spend any more time on a Jordan Peterson subreddit. Kat, thanks for sharing that. But nope, still dilated as fuck. And for those of you who are just joining, not dilated because of anything fun, dilated because I saw an ophthalmologist, an ophthalmologist today, and they dilated my eyes twice. So yeah, lots of starburst patterns. Oh God, I shouldn't have read the comments. No, Ace, you shouldn't have. It's a Jordan Peterson subreddit. You should never have read the comments. That's no. For your own mental well-being, don't do that. So there was a Reddit video I wanted to watch though. Oof. Stop that inversion. There we go. First one I stopped in on was blacks kill blacks. Why are they worried about the cops? Exit stage left on that post. All right. So I'm going to play a video here that was uploaded to Reddit today. I let's watch it.
Jeremy, that was the police officer, is the one that you tucked out of my house when I was 15 and he had sex with me.
Eh.
Jeremy, that was the police officer, is the one that you tucked out of my house when I was 15 and he had sex with me.
This one here?
No, the other one that was calling you mate, Terry Cook.
Really? Let's ask him.
He was 22, working at Radio Rentals.
Have you been advised about the number plate?
Is it PC Cook?
Have you been
Is
advised?
it PC Cook? Is that
Have
who
you
you
been
are?
advised?
I'm just asking you to identify yourself.
My collar number's on my shoulder.
Yeah, but are you PC Cook?
It doesn't matter what my name is.
Do you know this lady here?
Hello.
Hi.
From a long time ago, yes.
Do you remember me throwing you out of our house?
Wah,
She was underage and you were having sex with her.
I don't remember that.
Don't you?
No,
You should do.
no.
Do you remember him?
Yeah.
Where do you remember him from?
Oh, when I was 15.
15.
Have you been spoken
People
about
like
the
you
number
make
plates
me
before?
sick.
Have you or not?
You're
Can you
a
answer my
nonce.
question or not?
You're a nonce.
Can you answer my
You're a
question
nonce.
or not?
Oh. So you get pulled over one day by a cop and your friend, your daughter, your girlfriend, person sitting in the seat next to you, one way or the other, goes, "Oh yeah, I remember that cop. That's the cop that that raped me, statutorily raped me. Yeah, I remember that guy." Not only that, it happens in the modern era, so we get video of it. Hey, let's record a video of us calling out the cop who raped the 15-year-old girl. Yeah. Yeah, he remembers her, but don't remember being thrown out. Yeah, it's funny how that works, Ace. Like, I don't remember that part. Yeah. A-cab. In Brit Bongerland. Yeah, just, wanted to share that one. Exploratory drilling has begun in the Okavango Delta in Namibia, which is being conducted by a Canadian fracking company. But definitely a how do we put this? A sensitive area of land that would not recover well from that or ever. So, more petrochemical bullshit to deal with. That's never happened once, Ghost. Literally no, nobody's ever managed to do that. There's not a single incidence of it ever happening. Every group spills. And the re-injection of the fracking compounds into the water table alone is beyond problematic. There's no solution for this. They will rape that land and they will destroy it. Oh, and Operation Warp Speed worked wonderfully, by the way. Trump's fucking Operation Warp Speed, $2 million. $2 million. It was supposed to be 20 million in 1 month. $2 million. Like everything this administration does, just a failure. Just a failure. So, you know, there's that. Oh, I think I've seen this. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't need it right now, Ghost. I'm not a frontline worker. I'm not a top tier person who needs the vaccine right now. I'm tier 2B or 3, depending on how you what organizational system you're using to dole out the vaccines. Oh yeah, that's right. Thank you, Kat. It was like 30 minutes. Like, do you have any highlights? Do you have any like you jump to this minute mark sort of thing? Oh, just don't spill oil is the just pull out right as you're coming of environmentalism. It's the Jewish question draped in American nationalism. It's so good. Oh, wonderful. Just wonderful. By some dude named Dr. Dude, right? Like that's 30,000 subscribers. Oh, first thing I see. Yep. Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, I'll give it a look. I would get the vaccination in a heartbeat if there was one for me after emergency workers, teachers, even grocery workers get them. Exactly. Momo, exactly. Like, I'm not on the top tier of people who need the vaccine. So it would be kind of a dick move to push my way to the front of the line somehow. See Marco Rubio, see Ted Cruz, see some of the hospital administrators and C-class executives who have been pushing their way to the front of that line. See people who have, what is it? The name escapes me. What's the private doctors called? Concierge doctors. The people who have concierge doctors. That's not what Darwinism is, Ghost. That is a misapplication and that's just an incorrect usage of Darwinism. I mean, oh, let's see. Let's go back to the list. All right. Where was that window? No. There we go. Copy link, drop. I'm approaching middle age, girly, faster than, I mean, I know you got a couple years on me, but I mean, I'm not young. I am not the definition of young. Cat is young. I'm not. Speaking of the vaccine, Argentina started vaccinating military doctors today. I'm up there on the list right after physicians and blue pigs, so mama's getting immunized soon. Well, good on you, premarital. All right, so yeah, exactly, Momo. Like, not young. So let me actually let me dump over to, there we go. And okay. Give me 1 sec here. There we go. There we go. All right. Get that fixed. Hey, Lynx. You got a few on me. That's not Norris either. Get ready for the Omega cringe chat. If y'all motherfuckers don't stop calling yourselves old, I'm gonna beat some asses. Sorry, Ace. That's the way it works. So Kat has sent me this video that they wanted me to react to. Sorry, Kat. You're just a dude to me. You just are. So I don't know how much of this I'm gonna make it through, based on the fact that Kat sent this to me and said, I think you should, I want to see you react to this. So that clearly indicates Kat is setting me up for fucking some shit that is going to irritate the hell out of me. So we'll see how much we make it through this video. It's got 9.32 million views. You know it, baby. So strap in, motherfuckers. This is probably going to be terrible. What's with the runtime in the top left?
The American dream. There's a reason they call it a dream. Who's there? Cock-a-doodle-doo, pal. No, 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 no! I don't have any more money! My job sucks right now, please! I'll have more money next month!
So, I'm gonna make this prediction right out of the gate, right? Here's a few predictions, right? They're gonna make some fair criticisms. We're gonna start off like agreeing with a few of the points, and then they're gonna whip out some crazy ass shit like blame the Jews, right? Like this is gonna be it. Like it's gonna be a wink and the nod to the central banking system being run by, you know, a select group of people. Wink, wink, wink. So, but they're going to set you up with some stuff that are fair criticisms. Yes. Look at the fact that you don't actually own anything. Look at the bad faith loans that are made by the financial institutions of this country. Look at the fact that they can even repossess your fucking dog. All of these sorts of things are going to be fair criticisms along the way. You're going to be like, well, that's sort of, you know, and then there's going to be that moment where you're like, and there it is.
You can't take my house!
Is that your signature?
Oh, okay, well, just help me work something out, okay? I mean, you said I'm a good credit guy, right? I mean, hey, wait! My dog is in there! No, don't take my dream! Oh, how did this happen?
I mean, this is halfway decent animation, by the way. This is a 30-minute animated film that is going to be questionable.
Hardman? Is that you? It's been a long time since the 4th grade. a time machine?
There's no need to concern yourself with my astounding accomplishments. Best get in. There's not much time.
I gotta go down to the bank and get my life back. They took everything.
Oh, bank ain't gonna help you now. Towel in the trunk. Extra set of balls. Put them on. You're gonna need them.
You're gonna get my dream back?
No, pal. You are. I'm here to show you how.
Submitted for your approval. 1. First National Bank. What is a bank, you ask? A curious place where both space, time, and irony exist. And yet, don't. You gonna be doing that the whole time? Pay attention, pile. Exhibit A. Those who have come to deposit and safely store their earned monies. Exhibit B. Those who need to borrow said money for purposes unknown. Hey! That's me! Ergo, Exhibit C. The bank only has so much money in the vault to lend out to people such as you. Hey, that's the guy! He took my house!
Really screwing my vibe here, pal. Space-time continuum. He can't hear you. Just let me narrate. Now, where was I?
So you see, by the time he got to you, Pyle, his bank was out of money.
But he gave me lots of money and charged me a lot of interest.
Yes, that's the only way banks make money, by making debt loans. Debt equals money, Pyle. Remember that. Debt equals money. The more loans they make, the more money they make.
But if they don't have any money, then where did my money come from?
You're gonna want to take a step back, Pyle.
Whoa! No way!
Yes way. And that's nothing.
Hey, buddy, need some money? They didn't.
They literally had him sign his name as Bum. Jesus Christ. You can tell the mentality of whoever manufactured this shit to start with.
Do that.
Oh, they did exactly that, pal. Remember, banks make money by making loans, by selling debt, even to bad credit risks.
Holy shit. Took 3 minutes and 51 seconds to go there.
Yo, have some money, dude. Just sign here. Oh my gosh!
They called it free money.
Yeah, that's exactly what my loan guy told me. Free money.
But it ain't free. The worst part was offering money to people who don't even need it. People, pal, like
Hey,
you.
Pastique.
You're right. I didn't need him. I was happy here. I didn't need it. Why is he sad? He's making all that money.
Shh. He's thinking. Now wait for it. Now wait for it. Bingo. See, the bank is loaned to everyone in town. But to make more money, they have to loan even more.
More? How much money do they need?
More.
Whoa, what's that?
Behold, a black horse riding. Credit card.
This is...
Wow, look. I mean, it's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be okay. What now?
Now, with power with all this money, we might as well party.
Hey, shout out to Highlight.
Oh, this is awesome! I needed to get my head clear. When I get back, I'm gonna straighten all this out. I just hope Dream is doing okay.
I'm going to get you, my pretty.
This is so fucking weird.
He is. I'm sure he is.
You put it on his tab. Little something for yourself. Wait.
Put on his tab.
Wait a
Nice.
second, Harmon. I just thought of something. If I got this money from the bank, and the bank got it from the Federal Reserve dump trucks,
Go on.
then where does the Federal Reserve get their money?
Real nice time, ladies. Real nice. Now, excuse me while I borrow these.
Say,
This is...
why am
This...
I wearing a burglar bikini top?
It's
because
great.
no one is allowed
It's
inside
great.
the Fed. Not you, no American citizen, no duly elected member of our Congress, not the Supreme Court. Not the Supreme Court? Not the Supreme Court, not the Justice Department, not the CIA, DIA, FBI, ATF, ETE, NBC, not even G-O-D. How come the government isn't allowed inside its own building? Government? The Fed is a private bank owned by private stockholders. Do not let the name Federal fool you. This place is about as federal as Federal Express. A private bank? But private? Shh. Best to keep your voice down, pal.
This is Ethan, Federal Reserve.
Hey, Heath, Bill here, First National.
Hi there, Bill. How are you?
Good, good. We're running a little low on money.
No problem. How much you need?
Oh, how does 20 million sound? What?
Excellent. We'll ship it over.
I don't honestly. Who the fuck actually made this? It was posted by Dr. Dude, but I don't know who made this, to be perfectly honest. And Pastique, yeah, you do have credit cards in France. It's a thing.
First thing tomorrow.
No, they are. They're the same. I just checked to double check this. You have bank loan based credit cards. Yeah. A card provided by an account in partnership with a private company who makes money available, who has a reserve of money available and accessible at any time. Yeah. Utilizing revolving credit systems. France has credit cards. Just wanted to double check for myself.
Wait, he can just call up the Fed and ask for more money and they give him whatever they want? No, pal. The Fed don't give the banks money. The Fed loans the banks money. The banks have to pay it back with interest. Now, come on, time to go. Wait. I still don't understand. Where does the Fed get their money? I mean, if they're a private bank. You said they're a private bank, right? Okay, so who puts money into the Fed bank?
This is Mel, United States Mint.
Hi, ML. First National needs another 20 millis.
We're already running the presses full steam here, Ethan.
Gotta keep making loans. Gotta keep the money flowing.
All right, you're the Fed. Whatever you guys say. 20 million more by morning.
But I don't get it. What's so wrong about the Fed printing money? Because it's unconstitutional, pal. Our Treasury is supposed to create our money, but now the Fed controls the printing.
Where
of America's money.
does
Nobody gets a friggin' dollar that the Fed didn't print. So they print the money, then they loan it to the government, then they charge the government interest, then the government taxes you to pay for it. Wake up, pal.
God, I don't see what the big deal is.
You know, you're right, pal.
Wait a minute. Wait, I am?
Yeah. I forget how effective they are at keeping you ignorant.
Well, that's okay. Hey, I'm not ignorant.
Do you even know what
there
money
it is.
pal?
19 minutes in.
In the long, long ago, people bartered. They traded things they had for things they wanted. I'll trade you my raspberries for that there pot pie.
I don't want your berries.
Come on, pal. Sweet berries.
They're not sweet. They're old, and I don't like berries.
Give me that pot pie!
No.
As you can see,
I'm nice. Love it. Where's Mitre? There's a Mitre, and where's a party cappy? There's a party cappy. All right.
this bartering situation created some problems. Then one day, a goldsmith walked up and said,
Now, everybody thinks gold is valuable, so why doesn't everybody trade gold for things they need?
a price was set for gold, and now it was very easy to conduct commerce because people could trade gold for all the things they needed.
Hartman! Wow, look at all my gold! Hey,
Jesus.
That's my gold!
Wow.
All my besides gold.
Didn't even try, did they? They didn't even try to be subtle about it. I love the noise too. Like, yeah. All right.
Hey, stop them! That's my gold!
Damn thieves!
Say there, Pile. I've got a vault and some guards. I can keep your gold safe for you for a small fee.
Yeah, sure, that'd be awesome. You see, Pile, this is how the first bank made money.
There you go, Pile. I owe you 100 gold coins.
Okay, great.
Come back anytime and redeem your gold when you want it. It'll be right here in my vault.
Now you're holding the very first paper money, Pile.
Wow, this is great. It all makes sense.
Oh, that's right. It was good, and everybody started using IOUs because everybody knew the IOU was as good as gold.
Wow, this candy is really a good price. One IOU.
I mean, this doesn't even line up with the historical record. I mean, currency systems and replacement currency methodologies of transactional economics predate the use of gold, and this doesn't even. Yeah, they're definitely just making shit up. Yeah, exactly. No, like this doesn't even line up with the historical record at all.
You. I'm getting some more for
Catch you later. Only facts. Good luck.
later. Hey, wait a minute. It was just one IOU. 10 IOUs for chocolate? You can't just raise prices like that.
Oh, the Candyman can.
Oh, the Candyman can. Wait, that is just freaking wrong.
It's called inflation, Pile. It makes your IOUs worth less and less until they are worth nothing. Less bang for the buck. Dollar ain't what it used to be.
But I worked hard and I baked all those pot pies. Now I have to work harder to make less? That's not fair.
Oh, if you think that's not fair, you're gonna love the next part.
What's he doing?
How do banks make money, Pile?
By making more loans?
Oh, that's right. He's good. See, he prints more IOUs without any more gold, loans them out for interest, makes a pretty penny, and nobody is the wiser. Unless everybody wanted their gold back at the same time.
No. That's my gold.
Not anymore.
What are you talking about?
I'd like to redeem my IOUs, please. Thank you very much.
Hey! I want my gold back now! Thief!
Gotta love the bank run, bringing people together. See, they all found out he was stealing, made a run on the bank, and demanded their gold. But as you can see, there ain't no gold to get. Herdman! Don't worry, pal. Back in these times, vengeance will be yours. 3 things in this world you don't do. Never mess with another man's woman. Never mess with another man's ego. And most importantly, you never mess with another man's money. Else, the man will mess with you.
My God! You hung him?
Yes, pal. Oh. Thus was invented the ultimate machine.
There it is.
Into gold. Thus
House of Rothschild.
was invented the ultimate machine to steal real money and enslave all the nations on Earth. It's alive!
Oh, now come on. You're just being dramatic. I mean, I lost my house, but...
What is that? Explain.
A nuclear power plant?
Mm-hmm. Produces lots of electricity and little pollution. An invention for the good of humanity.
Okay, but what's this have to do with...
3, 2...
Holy!
Atomic energy. A discovery more powerful than anything man had yet conceived. It can be used for good or evil. Now, unlike Einstein, the Goldsmith's discovery has been kept a closely guarded secret. It was never intended for you to see. This discovery is called fractional reserve banking. In the wrong hands, it's more powerful than the nuclear bomb in its ability to completely and utterly destroy a nation who is subjected to its perversion. No, 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 no. It is time we stop this evil secret and the men behind it. You're being ridiculous.
There it is.
America is destroyed
And
forever.
the men behind it.
Eat it, leave it. No, 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 no. I just want my dog back. Damn it. That's it. I give up. Let them live in chains. No, Hardman. The Tree of Liberty must be refreshed.
Okay, yeah, I know where that's going. Let's see. All right. We'll get back to it. We're about halfway through it. How do I know? Because I know the quote. I know the quote. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll get back to it. Let's just put it that way. Let me do that, and a quick that, and a quick that. There we go. All right. So, let's do that. See, this is, again, what I said about my predictions for the video. We're going to agree on a whole bunch of points, right? Banking is a problem. Exploitative banking is a problem. Fractional reserve banking is a problem. These are conversations we need to have. But inevitably, when these fuckers start having the conversation, give them 15 minutes. Give them 15 minutes. And inevitably, inexorably, like the sands of fucking time, right? We end up on the Jewish question. They can't help themselves. It always circles back around to anti-Semitism. Vids like this are important because the left needs a reminder that fascism can be anti-capitalist. It can. It very much can. And they're not really that. I mean, that video isn't really anti-capitalism. It's more anti-fractional reserve banking. It's more pro-gold standard than anything else, probably. It's, and definitely anti-Jewish. It is most assuredly, anti-Semitic to the nth degree, as evidenced by the thieving, crooked-nosed Jew running off with the pile of gold. Jesus Christ. Didn't even attempt to hide it. Yeah, do you know why we have to have the FDIC, Ghost? Is because they lose it. It's happened before. We have to federally insure it. Oh yeah. That's right, girly. That's a name I haven't thought of. Like watching a kid's show. Who's that video aimed at? That video is aimed at most likely proto neo-libertarians. Ben Shapiro, Jordan Peterson, Tim Pool, these sorts of people, like people who are watching them, right? That video is intended to be mildly humorous, utilizing an animation style that we're all familiar with. You're an idiot, Ghost. Jordan Peterson isn't left. Is anybody want to make a case for Jordan Peterson being leftist? Anybody want to try and swing at that one just for fun? I mean, if anybody wants to, I'm sorry. That's just not a thing. Delbert Crinkins. I mean, depending on where he is on the planet, he may be to my left. See, Momo's probably got the best argument out of the group. Yeah, exactly, Skeptic. Yeah, that video is... Jordan Peterson is a leftist. Leftist means being sexually attracted to your own daughter. Yeah, that video is aimed at people who are on the road to being an American neo-libertarian, right? Like that's who that video is aimed at. Somebody who just got into Alex Jones, right? Somebody who just got into, that sort of thing. Anybody who's to the left of misleading is a communist, don't you know? Yeah, exactly. Hey, all right, still. Okay, cool. On the road to Doink Town. His daughter was wearing a sexy lobster costume the other day. That video hurt my head for Halloween, I guess. All right. I don't know anything about her. All I know is about the conspiracy theories that have circulated about her. It's called 05 by Vince Piersman. But yeah, I hear it. The bass lick, the dun 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 dun. Yeah, I get where you're coming from on that one, Cat. Yeah, I've heard about the all meat diet. I've heard about the benzos and the opioids and the alcohol. Yeah, he's got for somebody who's sure, who is so certain about how others should go about fixing their lives, he certainly seems to have a lot of fundamental problems. Just saying. Hey, Lord Fridius? Fritus? Fritus? Either way. Hey there. Yeah, I don't know what she looks like. I've seen her, but I don't remember that sort of stuff. Jordan was doing pills. Jordan was doing everything. Fritus. Lord Fritus. No, I don't believe in honorifics such as Lord, so Fritus. Tried literally this year. Is a couple of months ago good enough for you, Ghost? Do you know who Black Goat 666 is? Also goes by We're in Hell. He's a left-wing commentator he used to go to school with. No, I don't know who that is. With Peterson's daughter. He was in love with her at one point. Interesting. Being a pretend aristocrat has its limitations. Anyway, lobsters. Cool. I like it. I like a bit of random in my world. Oh, interesting. Yeah, actually, he's so factually incorrect about lobsters, apparently. Hold on, I want to look this up. Short form. Yes, help me out, short form. Jordan Peterson and lobsters. What's this about? He mentions lobsters, specifically crawfish, in Rule 1 of his 12 Rules for Life. Jesus Christ, Google. That's a fucking link. Hey, Danja. Greetings from Las Vegas. We're just talking some shit about Jordan Peterson right now. So, according to his experiments cited by Peterson, lobsters and crawfish do this. They jockey for higher position within a social hierarchy. If you put two strange lobsters placed in the same tank within 30 minutes, they will determine the dominant and subordinate lobster. Their subsequent behaviors match their positions, one strutting, claws in the air. That's about as all I can do for him. The other sulking, dejected, prone to flight. So it's talking about posture. Okay, so he's talking about stand up straight with your shoulders back. Okay. So there's the context I needed. Hello back. I don't know how to say that in Russian, but in Ruskish. Okay, Cat's got the Cyrillic laid out. Got it. Privet. Cool. Because human beings are more complex than a ghost. And that oversimplification and reductionist attitude towards human psychology has been proven wrong time and time again. I mean, just the Freudian obsession with motherfucking is, I mean, Ace has a degree, multiple degrees in this sort of territory. Hey, Ace, how is Freud looked at these days within the psychological community and his contributions therein? More damage than good? And this sort of perspective that Peterson apparently seems to be taking on with this first rule of his 12 rules for life, that, you know, shoulders back, fucking stand up straight, can be reduced to the fact that, you know, exactly, crying laughing emoji, that's all I can say, yes, skeptic. Freud is a laughing stock. And this is sort of, it is this sexual reductivism. Hey, thank you, Winded Soldier. More like the pegging order. That Freud is responsible for, that Peterson seems to be furthering and utilizing and basing it off, and a study utilizing lobsters, for fuck's sake, to speak on the matter of human psychology and social behavior patterns within primate species alone is special. It's special. Reminds me of a curious interaction I had with the one they call Redneck. Oh! I know who you're talking about. Fritus. Yes, I may end up saying it that way every single time. Fritus. Who apparently owns chickens and seems convinced the pecking order is a concept transferable to humans. Interesting. Yeah, it is one of those things. This collective consciousness analysis is a joke. Peterson cites Jung. Of course he does. Of course he does. Why am I not surprised by that? Modern psychologist community laughs at it. Freud actually wrote about his sexual arousal he experienced when he was with a couple of women. Of course he did. Remember, kids, peggers are poggers because they can't get you preggers. Oh, I was sitting with my legs crossed too, Momo. Oh. Ay, 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 ay. Boring. There we go. Let's see if I can get back into the. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, premarital with the quote of the show. Peggers are poggers because they can't get you preggers. Congratulations, premarital. Today you win a pat on the back. Feel free to pat yourself on the back, premarital. Congratulations, you win. Can they get you pregnant? Oh god, that reminds me of that video. What was that video that made the rounds a couple years ago? I don't remember, but about all of the misspellings about pregnant, pregnant, pregnant. Like it was comprised of, I think, like Yahoo Answers questions or something like that. Yeah, I remember that. They can only, oh Jesus Christ. How are Babby born? I think that may be it. No worries. RV, no worries. Yeah, how is Babby formed? Is the actual meme. Makes me laugh because I can imagine Sigmund at his desk right after sex writing in his diary. I feel good after getting some ass. I wonder why. Oh, Lord. Ghost. The first one. Okay. Oh. Something happened there. Hang on. No, I am not. the first screen grab explains you can, and then the second one explains why you shouldn't. It's that simple. How is Babby get automatic carbine? They're not blue. They're actually hazel, but they come out in different lights. Yeah, and they're really blown out because I went to an ophthalmologist today. See if I can. Now, I'm not going to adjust my my focal lengths. Is there a big left party in the USA? No. Shapeshifter called it. No, there isn't. We don't have a proper leftist party, Dan. We just don't. I'd ask you for Russia, but I'm not sure you should answer. You don't really have much of an alternative in your part of the world. Reasons. But yeah. The Green Party is a meme. I mean, the Green Party is leftist, generally comprised of leftists, yes, for the most part. But the Green Party is a joke as a concept. I was just thinking if I want to try and get through the rest of that video. The Communist Party of the Russian Federation sucks and are revisionist, says Dan. Dan, don't say anything that'll get you in trouble with your government. I'm just saying. Just putting that out there. Take care of yourself first. They have literally no plan to actually spread their power if they actually get 5% of the vote. It's a joke in practice in the US too. Yeah. Hey there, Sidewalk. Sorry. Oh, Ivy. Oh yeah, and I needed to check something. Give me one sec here. Oh, good. All right. Oh. All right. Should we try and make our way through the second half of this? Leftist should, Momo, no. Gnome, let's do it. Girly saying sure. You could tell a story. What kind of story you want to hear, turd? Drug story? Did Joe saying yes? I feel like Ghost's gonna get too excited. But okay. Looks like we looks like we're leaning towards yes. All right, we'll give it a try.
Where are we? Battle of Waterloo. Hold on, we gotta get through. A money machine. There it is. Hey, is that the same people? Rich banker men from Germany flying under the banner of the Red Shield. They finance both sides of the war. We must hurry. That's him, the Red Shield courier. Shoot him. No, I'm not shooting anyone. Damn it, Pie. What? He beat everyone back with the news of the war and told England that Napoleon won. The Red Shield bankers in London pretended that England was doomed and started selling their English stocks. The English went into a selling...
I mean, this is historically accurate. That's one of those fucking scummiest but amazing moves ever made. Yeah, this went down.
Frenzy to get rid of worthless English money. But the English won, right? Of course they won. But it was a trick by Red Shield. They waited until the stocks plummeted to pennies and then bought England back for nearly nothing. What? They did that? How? When the English leaders found out, they had no choice but to give themselves over to the Red Shield. Their money was gone and they were slaves to the Red Shield war debt. Since that time, the English have been paying their national taxes directly to the Red Shield private bankers. The people have no idea. But the bankers bragged about what they did to us, laughing at us all the way to the bank.
Why, it's the best business I've ever done. If I can control a nation's wealth, I care not who makes its laws.
Oh, is this what Jefferson wanted to show me? No, look. They're in America, too? The Red Shield banks are here, Pie. Seeking a way to conquer our American dream. The dream you have, Pie. The dream of free men.
Hello to Australia from Las Vegas. What's up, watermelons? We're watching a movie that's utilized as a radicalization and pipeline methodology for those on the right to shuttle you through the American dream is dead, blame the bankers, it's the Jews' fault sort of pipeline. So that's contextually what we're watching. It is a hugely problematic video.
They tried to take over our country many times and failed because Jefferson and the Patriots vowed to stop the evil tyrants at all costs. By authority of eternal God, he would not let the bankers win here. To preserve our independence, we must not let our rulers load us with perpetual debt. We must make our choice.
Oh yeah, I know,
economy
Joe.
And liberty, or
it's like 9
profusion
years
and
old.
servitude. Wow. I place economy among the first and most important of Republican virtues, and public debt is the greatest of the...
Am I what they call Antifa? Yeah, I'm what they call Antifa. Am I Antifa? Yeah. Now, are you looking for somebody wearing like a black balaclava throwing a rock through a Starbucks window? That's Black Bloc. They're a different group. So, just a heads up.
Dangers to be feared. It is incumbent on every generation to pay its own debts as it goes.
We must have a central bank to secure this country's finances.
If the American people ever allow private banks to control the issue of their money, first by inflation and then by deflation, the banks and corporations that will grow up around them will deprive the people of their property until their children will wake up homeless on the very continent their fathers conquered.
Jefferson, you're mad. This country will have a central bank.
Who's that? America's first Secretary of Treasury. Alexander Hamilton? Not wrong. Aaron Burr, Thomas Jefferson's vice president. They didn't take too kindly to our first Sec Treasury. Sweet shot, Burr. The first attempt at a central bank only lasted 20 years and we shut it down. But the bankers tried again against Old Hickory, President Andrew Jackson.
You are a den of vipers and thieves. I intend to rout you out, and by the eternal God, I will.
I'm just letting the characterization sink in. Chief Operating Officer, COO, and yeah, the idolization of Jackson because he took on the bankers by neolibertarians and definitely some on the economic right is, yeah. Hey, let's idolize a genocidal nut job. Yeah.
Intend to rout you out, and by the eternal God, I will rout you out.
After surviving an assassination attempt, Jackson finally defeated the bank in 1836. When asked what was the greatest accomplishment in his life, Old Hickory replied,
I killed the bank.
and those were his last words. I killed the bank. And with real money backed with real gold, our country experienced the greatest boom in any nation's history. Oh, it was beautiful, pal. But the bankers, greedy for more power and wealth, were concocting their most ambitious plan yet to once and for all take control of the finances of the United States. In 1910, a secret meeting was held at a J.P. Morgan estate on Jekyll Island off the coast of Georgia. This meeting was so secretive, so concealed from government and public knowledge that the 10 attendees used code names.
I am clearly the richest man, so I should be the one to run the super-secret central bank. I own all the oil in America. I'm clearly richer than you will ever be, hula girl. I should run the super-secret central bank. You're nothing compared to me, lube job. I shall run the secret bank.
Silence!
Supreme Master Leader, I didn't know you were gonna be here.
I'm not. Neither are you, dumbass.
Oh, yeah, right. He's so smart.
None of you shall run the bank. We have failed in the past because of openness. This time, the key to success is secrecy. The people must believe that they run the bank.
Yes, brilliant! A sneak attack. What's the plan?
We first create panic, then we show them the solution. With our man in office and well-planned timing, we will have our central bank. And so the people think it is theirs. We shall christen it Federal. The Federal Reserve.
They struck on December 23rd, 1913. When most of our Congress were at home eating
I'm
fruitcake,
struggling to get
these
through this.
bastards, I mean bankers, presented their treasonous act to their newly elected accomplice, Woodrow Wilson, who had fortuitously already agreed to sign it before he was even elected. Wait, the IRS? I thought we always had the IRS. No, pal. They did this to us too. The Fed now has the exclusive power to print America's money. They loan this money to our banks and our government at interest, putting immediate debt on our own money, printing more and more, so each dollar they print becomes worth less than the one before.
Hey, War on Christmas.
Merry Christmas. What in the hell is that? That pile is how our government now must pay back these debts to the Fed. Your taxes did not go to your government. They don't? It's the greatest theft in human history. But, okay, I mean, I sort of get what you're saying, but it's also confusing. And really, Hartman, I don't see how it affects me at all. If I had more money, none of this would have happened. Hartman? 1955? Wow, what are we doing here? Oh, a little bit of shopping. Here, hold this. Gallon of gas, 23 cents. Postage stamp, 3 cents. Ounce of gold, $35. Hot baby, priceless. Best be getting back.
Hey, Hartman! I need my car, man!
Oh, was that my gold, Jay?
Yeah, he'll be fine. Now, pal, would you agree that you have the same exact things you had in 1955?
Yeah, 1 stamp, 1 gallon of gas, 1 ounce of gold, and 1 home. Wow, we just made a lot of money.
Hey! Gotta pay your taxes. Bet it's nice to have made all that money.
Wait, that isn't fair. Now I actually have less money. I can't even go buy the things I just sold.
The IRS and the Fed's inflation work together, pal. They aren't just taxing gain, they are taxing their inflation. You are no richer than you were in 1955. Now, does that sound fair or American to you?
Yeah, but I mean, who doesn't hate taxes? I hate the IRS anyway.
Pal, the higher they make the inflation, the more your money they take. It's thievery. You're not paying taxes on any more.
I do kind of enjoy the voice acting. There's a lot of inflections and a lot of like cadence going on here that I'm actually enjoying with this Hartman main character. Like, all right, I've already started to abstract this because I'm so checked out of like we know what this is, right? We know what this is. So I've started to like meta analyze it at this point. And yeah, I'm starting to, yeah.
Or you are paying taxes on the same, and now you have less. They take our property away right in front of our eyes, just like Thomas Jefferson said they would.
What's that?
Oh, they found us! Quick, my sword!
What sword?
We don't need your banking machine. I'll condemn you to die, damn it. Die! Pile! The Yankee bogey on my 9. Take him at his knees!
This is...
Well, we are opposed around the world by a...
Dan, the IRS is the Internal Revenue Service for America. It is the group that is responsible for the collecting of taxes for the most part.
monolithic and ruthless conspiracy that relies primarily on covert means for expanding its sphere of influence.
What's happening? Where am I?
I believe perhaps you understand now, pal, but you are afraid.
JFK.
If you have to Clockwork Orange someone into believing what you're telling them, chances are you got some problems with what you're trying to get them to believe.
Hartman, what does this have to do with my house and my dog? Oh, okay, that's enough. I want to go home now.
This is the last president to stand up to the Fed. You must see. On June 4, 1963, President Kennedy signed Executive Order 11110. This executive order empowered the U.S. Treasury to issue real money without the Fed. It would have worked. Kennedy's plan to dismantle the Federal Reserve machine had begun.
Here we go.
6 months later, John F. Kennedy went to Dallas and
back
never
into the
returned.
left. Sorry, back into the left.
No
back into
way.
the left.
No way they could do that.
The new president, Lyndon Johnson, threw out Kennedy's order. And since JFK, no president has dared confront the secret powers behind the Federal Reserve. They consolidate bigger and bigger banks, print more and more money, accountable to no one, decimating our nation's wealth for the benefit of a few.
Why? Why do this? If they hurt us, it hurts the global bankers too.
No, pal. They are protected. They are too big to fail.
But I'm not.
Those sons of bitches! Sons of bitches all.
The day was cold.
Oh,
Sharp,
shit.
strong. But we were determined. The bankers and their parasites had us vastly outnumbered, but their hubris made them weak.
Are they gonna have
Not
gay
like us.
sex before they
Not like this band of immortals we have assembled. We have come to take back our... Hardman? Is that... my dog? Oh, Then the inevitable. The Money Kings could ignore us no longer. They sent an emissary, a cog in their machine of greed to bring about our submission.
Please.
Hank Paulson.
Hardman, this is blasphemy. We own the corners of the earth. It is futile to challenge us.
Oh, I've seen that look before. That of a
And as to what people are saying, like Joe and Hable, this is exactly why I made this prediction at the beginning of starting this thing, right? They're going to say a bunch of points that you're going to agree with. Any dissection of the banking system is going to, definitely have a lot of shared ground with the left and the right. There is going to be fair critiques across the board. The problem is who gets the blame, and a lot of the conspiracies that surround that blame. This is where we part ways. But of course, yeah, the banks are... Is it okay if I jack off to this animation? Feel free, turd. Where we part ways is that sort of who receives the blame territory. Can there ever be a conservative critique of the banking system in 2020 that doesn't end up leading to the Jewish question? Probably not. Honestly, it seems to always end up there. And that's the thing is, like I said, give them 15 minutes. And there it is, right? Like, there it is. Like, no, this is very intentional propaganda, girly. Like, this is, whoever made this knew they were making propaganda, right? Like, this is very intentional propaganda, consciously propagandistic. But yeah, who gets blamed, is always back to the Jews. Yeah, it makes it impossible to stay on that common ground. It's like, yeah, we got a problem with the bank. Yeah, let's kill the Jews. Wait, what? Hang on. Point of order. I wanted to fix a rigged economic system. You apparently want to go genocide of people. Let's roll this back a little bit. Yeah. What's so fascinating to me is just how they present this information and the self-portrayal of the good guys, says Kat. The depiction of, and classically, of course they're depicting themselves as Spartans, which, by the way, were the slave-owning maniacs of the area at the time. They're, not the ones you would want to identify with. The ones you would want to identify with are either, Athenians or the Persians, who had a fairly decent thing going on at that point in time. So, of course, classical misunderstanding of history, identification with a group that really they don't have much in common with. But wait, Solid. But wait, I have this meme image about the name of all the media banking execs. Yeah, I know, right? It's continuously, it circles back to that 100% of the time, it seems like, or at least 95% of the time. I'm sure there's a few out there that I could, have the conversation with that may, keep the quiet stuff quiet rather than saying it out loud for once. But it does seem that when you are on the political right of the spectrum and you start talking about the banking system, that inevitably you end up there. So let's see. We have 3 minutes left in it. Let's slog through it. We got this far. Let's try and finish it out.
predator taking in the scent of its prey. Bold, fearless, the look of a free man.
You have come far, Hardman. Farther than most. Be smart now. Join us. We will bring you money, power, everything you want. You can be one of us, if you will kneel.
I agree, Wolf. This is so fucking cringe.
Madman. You're a madman. We're offering you everything. What do you think this is? This is America!
All right. Written and directed, produced, 6 Point Harness. I wanted to know. I wanted to know who the animation studio was. Well, you can all either blame or thank Kat for that little experience. Hey, Doc. I hope I'm not bringing this up too much, but one of these things I noticed was once the truth of the election defeat happened, the alt-right immediately blamed it on Trump's acceptance of Jews into his administration. Hey! Thank you for the follow. Lord Frycook. But I think I've decided I kind of want to tweak your name every time I say it, like and make it an ever evolving sort of sight gag sort of situation going on. The alt-right immediately blamed it on Trump's acceptance of Jews into his administration. MAGA became MIGA. It was unnerving to see how quickly they turned on him. Solid. Yeah, that, I mean, you know. It seems like we have a solid crowd right now. I don't mind dropping a link. So those of you who aren't in the Discord server, there's a Discord link for you, in case you want to make use of it. We do have a fairly active community over there. Fucking A, how are you just coming on board, Momo? I may have been lazy. Fair enough. Oh. So that was a thing. Oh yeah, solid. That's one of the weirdest fucking things. About like the pro-Israeli evangelicals, is that's the reason they're supporting them. Is because it will bring about the apocalypse and the rapture and the Jesus coming down from heaven and blah, 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 end times spiel here, right? Revelations, end time spiel, insert here. Yeah, eschatology. It's a mess. Yeah, it's really fucking weird that, you know, and you want a subgroup, because I've done a series on them. Dominionists are a sort of subgroup of Christians who are firmly apocalyptic and believe this sort of, you know, end times spiel that, you know, if we can check the boxes, it will further it along, right? It's not that it has to happen organically, it's that we can make it happen. And, you know, like Jesus is just waiting in the wings for the check boxes to get checked. And if we check them for him, then he'll ride in on his white horse and end times here. It's fucking crazy. Betsy DeVos and her brother Eric Prince, who was the founder of Blackwater. For those of you who don't know DeVos off the top of your head, it's the Secretary of Education. They're Dominionists. There's a whole host of Dominionists in our government. They're within the Defense Department as well. They hold weekly meetings with weekly prayer breakfasts with generals and high-ranking officials within the Defense Department. They hold, before COVID, they would have huge concerts, and Navy SEALs would go. And that's part, Dobbs, that's part of it. Yeah, very much in the Rushdoony vein of Dominionism. The end goal is the Revelation stuff. The means of getting there is the theocratic, the Christian theocracy that they would establish that would undo secularism and, you know, X, Y, Z. Yeah. Yeah, but you are correct in that thought. But that's the interim step. The end goal for Dominionists is to bring about the apocalypse. Yeah. In the interim, you know, roll back women's rights, kill a few queers, you know, that sort of thing. But yes. Some Zionist of interpretations of the Bible that can be anti-Semitic at times. All right, good. Yeah, the newest Supreme Court justice is supposedly Dominionist. She, from what I understand, she's a different kind. She's not a Dominionist. She's like some weird Catholic cult member. Like there's some subgroup. But I haven't looked into that much further. It worked for them in Northern Virginia. Ugh, sorry for that. I wonder what would happen to these folks if they did everything right and nothing happened. I feel it would like break down into some Burgundianship. You need to look no further than the Jehovah's Witnesses failed predicted end times dates. They have had a bunch. Like a bunch. Let's see. I don't know if Internet Historian did. I use a Patheos article whenever I need the Jehovah's Witness list, but maybe he did. It would be 1877, 1916, 1920, 1938, 1942, 1961, 1966, 1984, and it looks like they learned at 1984 to stop predicting when the end times are coming. Right? That's 8 hard predictions the Jehovah's Witnesses made. Not some like weird like subgroup that like, no. the Jehovah's Witnesses primary, made predictions for the end times to come 8 separate times. And there's still motherfuckers listening to these people. 8 times, yeah, the times the world didn't end. 8 times. The world will end. And then it just didn't. Right? So... have I seen this? No, I haven't. Central banking. All right. Oh, Jesus. This is a long-ass song, though. Oh, no. It's only 2 minutes.
Comrades, the time has come. The proletarian revolution is imminent. Let's go. Yeah, poor people, unemployed, working class. Peasantry, the have-nots, now's our chance. We
Interesting. Ad-free with YouTube Premium. All right, so it is. They've got it in their Content ID system. Oh. There we go. I was debating a guy who claimed to be a classical liberal. Oh, Jesus. But he believes bishops and priests should have a major say in the government. Yes, yes. Nothing screams classical liberalism like inviting priests and bishops to have a hand in the formation and operation of your system of governance. Yes, for sure. That was definitely an idea that was born of the Enlightenment era. And that the government should ban homosexual activities, sodomy laws. Remember, ladies, sodomy laws aren't just for isn't just for gay fucking. It's any sexual act that does not result in procreation. So BJs are in there. Any sort of oral is in there. Sodomy is more than just 2 dudes fucking. Just remember. Sounds like a very highly oppressive system. Would have thought classical liberals were a secular strain of liberal thought, but what do I know? I'm just an anarcho-communist who likes history. Yeah, but watch them prosecute anything else. They have historically, Momo. Historically, they actually have. Don't get me wrong, the queers usually get the heavier end of that stick, but for sure they actually have. There are instances of that occurring. Not to the, what about fucking doorknobs? Yep, that's out too. Karen Metal. I like it. I like it. I'm screwed, man. I guess I'm going to jail for gay sex. I'm bi, by the way. I just like the color scheme. I just like the aesthetic. I like the bi aesthetic. I'm just gay. Canada didn't remove sodomy laws until the early 70s. Well, we didn't do it until what? Fucking 2010s? When was our official implementation of the Texas one? Oh yeah. The laws are still on the books. But the Supreme Court overruled all those with the Texas case. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Solid. I agree. Yeah. Let me, yeah, I'll pull it later. Oh, yeah, no, fucking, like I said, yeah, exactly. Sidewalk. There's a whole bunch of those laws that exist. They're starting to contract a little bit. They're not quite as dilated as they were. Oh, man, that was a fucking thing. Yeah, conservatives care about limited government, except when you're fucking the comfort of your own personal space. Seems logical. Yeah, no, they're all for limited government as long as it's, you know, not limited in what you can do with your body, bombing brown people, you know, in another part of the globe, you know, these sorts of things. Then, it's, you know, all bets are off. Is it still illegal to sell sex toys in Mississippi? No, I don't believe so. No. Nope. Yeah, no. I'm looking right now. It's, you can get them. You can get them, Momo. I forgot about the book I read. I think it was called A Soul of a Man Under Socialism by Oscar Wilde, explaining that individualism is destroyed under capitalism. And that is, yeah, it is. It's the soul of a man under socialism. Communitarianism, socialism, communism, this sort of spectrum, as long as you don't go full tilt state authoritarianism with it, if you maintain that sort of class, you know, class elimination and anarchistic sort of philosophy behind it, then what you end up with is a lifting up of the individual to the benefit and boon of society as a whole. Now you have to keep your eye on a few different balls, right? You gotta, it's a juggling act for sure, but all systems of governance and economics are. And so, yeah, that sounds exactly like something Oscar Wilde would write. And I want to see how big is that? Can I cram that into one of my? It's an essay. All right, I'm just gonna read it then. That's for sure something that can just be crammed in. If anybody wants it, there it is. You know, I think he's weird looking. I don't know. He's got, okay, so Oscar Wilde has that like joie de vivre, right? He's got that sort of thing about him, right? There's something that's emanating from that person, but I don't, yeah. Hey, thank you for the follow, Dan. I don't think I'm gonna hit the, I wanted to hit 1,000, I wanted to hit 1,000 follows by the end of the year, and it looks like I'm going to come up about like 70 or 60 short probably, which I suppose is okay given that I started like 3.5, 4 months ago now. That's okay. That's an acceptable thing. But, you know, I like to set goals for stuff. Yes, the Alan Rickman thing is especially solid. Yes, I see that. Which, don't get me wrong, I don't find Alan Rickman physically attractive, but his voice does it for me. I miss hearing Alan Rickman. I miss that dude's voice. Wait, what do we, Oh, okay. This is so fucking...
Is it the Soviet power? Is the power of Soviets power of councils? We need to clear out what Soviets are. If we take the word Soviet...
Mikhail Vasilyevich Popov, co-chairman of Ideological Committee on Non-Governmental Organization. Dude, that's the most Russian fucking title I've heard in a while. Working Class Party of Russia, Doctor of Philosophical Sciences, Professor of St. Petersburg State University. Jesus Christ. What is this, 12 minutes? Soviet Power, What Is It? With Professor Mikhail Vasilyevich Popov, Working Class Party of Russia. Interesting. I will give this a watch, Dan. We probably won't do it on stream, but I will give this a watch. I'll put this alongside the Oscar Wilde piece. All right. Solid. Did I find that interesting? No. Do I find it amusing? Yes. I like the Ted Cruz Zodiac Killer shit. I think it's funny. I like the fact that he leans into it even. You know, he plays it as the meme it is. Do I think there's something more there? No. No, I don't. Have you read Trotsky? No. No, I'm not a fan of like, look, I know enough about Trotskyism and I know enough about, you know, Stalinism to understand that you know, unless I were writing a critique of Trotsky, I have no need to read Trotsky. His authoritarian, vanguardistic tendencies alone dictate that I need, you know, he need not knock at my door. I'm convinced Trudeau is an illegitimate child of Castro, says Kat. All right, so Castro. Oh, I see it. Holy shit, I see it, Cat. Like, that's not even... That's funny. Oh, that's fucking hilarious. I get it. I get it. And links in with the tag, fuck Trudeau. I was raised in Vallejo. I live here now. Zodiac started killing here. I mean, it's one of the several reasons I have for disapproval of Trotsky, skeptic. You know, the authoritarian. He's an authoritarian to start with, right? Forget the treatment of the anarchists. He's an authoritarian. You know, he believes that the proletariat shouldn't necessarily be in charge of really much of anything, let alone the revolution, right? He doesn't trust the common man. You know, yeah, exactly, Cat. To be fair, anarchists got killed by everybody. We're a threat to everybody's power structure, right? That's the underlying problem that so many people have with anarchists is we have a problem with most of everybody. I do agree that Trotsky was hyper-authoritarian, who had neocon tendencies of going to war with the world in order to achieve communism, but he wasn't a Marxist-Leninist. Well, I mean, you know, he was a Stalinist. I mean, that's the argument to be made, probably, is that his, you know, is Stalinism, Marxism, Leninism? No. It's why it's got its own terminology, Stalinism. Because it's a whole fucking other ball of wax once you start, you know, doing that state-run, authoritarian, hierarchical bullshit. And Trotsky, you know, was an advocate for a version of this. I should roll back and say he's not necessarily a Stalinist, but he definitely is in that same vein. Oh, and there, yeah. Communism is when Gulag and Labor Committee. Yeah, I mean, Trotsky was critical of Stalin. He was Trotskyist, Stalinist, Trotskyist. He was critical of Stalinism just for, I mean, I think, God, I mean, how do you play these historical what ifs, right? I think if Trotsky got his way, then probably would have ended up very similar to Stalin. And that's sort of the authoritarian tendencies is what I read into in this situation. And that he would have, thank you for the follow, OZ. That he very easily could have slid down the same rabbit hole as Stalin. For sure. There. Would the modern equivalent to be Stalin, Trump, Trotsky, Biden? Trotsky would have still had the gulags and would have killed the Stalinist faction, similar to what Stalin did. The differences would be that Trotsky would be funding every communist group that sprung up in the world. All right. I mean, this is why I essentially, I mean, this is why my brain connected them in my, you know, in that single thought. It's because, I mean, brass tacks, what's the real difference? When you're talking human lives and authoritarianism and that sort of thing, you know. Yeah, I mean, I saw it too. No, I don't think Biden could be. I don't think Trump could be comparable to Stalin either. I think neither of those work in actuality. But so what you're saying, to sum it up, is either way authoritarianism still rules and people still get killed. Yeah, basically. Welcome to an anarchist channel. Authoritarianism kills people. That's the way it works. If you don't go along with it, you get a fucking bullet to the brain. That's it. Whether you're talking Trotsky, whether you're talking Stalin, whether you're talking Mao, whether you're talking Trump. Fact of the matter is that the state is allowed to have a monopoly on force, and if you do not do what they say to do, they can kill you. Well, then solid. See, I run a big tent. A big tent. So for sure, you know, if you agree with that point, then we could probably get along on a whole lot of other stuff. It's that simple. Proletarian of all countries unite. I mean, that was Trotsky's shtick, right? It was a 0.4 or 5 on his list of shit he wanted, you know, the Proletarian International or whatever that was, that he talked about. But with that political vanguardism he advocated for, any permanent revolution born of a political vanguard or a political elite would necessarily stratify into class structure, which undermines the entire idea right out of the gate. Let's see. Do you think Trotsky would still be authoritarian because of the material conditions at that time? I'm not following the question, skeptic. Would he be authoritarian today due to material conditions at that time? I'm not following that question. Sorry. That may just be me. May just be hazy brain. And let me check something here. All right, cool. So the current conspiracy theory is that the van bomber is actually missing. Jesus Christ, I'm trying to parse out what they think. Well, you know what? Solid. Do me a solid. When you parse out what the crazy fuckers are thinking, feel free to report back and tell me, because I spent years in that sort of submerged in that sort of conspiratorial group thinking and that sort of stuff. I have friends and family and all that sort of stuff. And I have shed all of that. I've cut as many people as I could loose that were still attached to that sort of stuff. And I am done trying to figure that shit out. So you figure it out. You figure it out and let me know. Because fuck me, that is some roundabout mental gymnastics bullshit that I am done doing. But thanks for the update. I love people keeping me up to date on this sort of shit. It's funny how Trotskyists see Trotsky as the hero of the story, the gold guy who wanted to stop the corrupt. But at one point in time, before Trotsky became the biggest critic of Stalin, he and he and Stalin were really good friends, and Trotsky voted most of ideas. Voted most of ideas. I don't see. I don't know enough of their. I mean, I knew they fought. but if anybody with a greater historical grasp on that one. Hey, Mudvayne! Dude, all I know about Elite Dangerous, Mudvayne, is that it's hardcore, like, flight sim, space sim shit. That's all I know about it. So what I was saying was, why exactly do you think Trotsky would fall into the same authoritarian trap if he became the leader of the USSR? See, right there. If he became the leader of the USSR, why would he fall into the same authoritarian trap? Because he would be the leader of the USSR. If you make yourself the leader of something, right? Like, I'm in charge. I have, like, a dictatorial say on some level. There you go. You're already in the trap. The trap just hasn't sprung yet. And do I have, hang on, check my server settings really quickly. Burn those, and the 5 got burned. All right. There you go. We got a good crowd. I don't mind sharing the link. If anybody wants the Discord link, it is in chat. But I think that, well, let's see. We got a decent conversation. All right. Yeah, that's sort of the I don't know how I want to put that, skeptic. The anarchist modality, right? Holy Throne, I just found it. Yeah, I suppose you'd potentially find the rare person who'd actually be as suitable as a dictator. Yeah, the diamond that we're all seeking, the truly benevolent dictator, because that's the most effective form of governance. You know that, right? Like, we all have to admit that. A truly benevolent dictator is the most effective form of governance. You'll never find it. It's a fucking unicorn. It doesn't exist. You'll never have that happen. But, I mean, you want to talk effectiveness, somebody who has authoritative dictatorial powers that can say, this is how it's going to be, but they actually give a shit about the individual and society. Yeah, it's effective. Doesn't exist. It's just pure speculative theory. All right. Solid. They're currently blaming a Winnie the Pooh-backed North American Radcom group. Apparently, they're sharing documents that tie the cell to the Chinese state surveillance agency. They're also trying to tie it to the recent murder of a Chinese Netflix executive. I saw that. I did see the Netflix executive guy. I did see his thing. Interesting. Well, thank you for doing the legwork on that one, Solid. Fucking crazy, but thank you for doing the legwork on that one. United Earth citizenry is what I'd like. Cool boy. We're all on this speck of dust together, and no one picked what side of it they're born on. Let's just fucking chill and work together. Will probably never happen the way I picture it, but I think the younger generations feel more connected with each other more so than any other generation, no matter where they are in a little fart rock. I think a lot of that has to do with technology and interconnectedness and the internet as a whole. it's too large of a it's too small of a planet now, right? We took it from, you know, these long journeys across oceans into nothing. I talk to guys all the time. I talk to, you know, Joe in Germany. I talk to Mitre in Australia. I talk to Canadians. Like, it's nothing. The world is itty bitty now with electronic interconnectedness. And so, yeah, there is a generational gap on that the younger generations feel like, you know, it is just one planet. It's too small of a place to be thinking about how, like, we need to subdivide it up even more. It's like living in a fucking studio apartment with somebody and be like, we need to draw lines. Are you insane? This place is small enough as it is. We don't need to subdivide it even further. Yeah. All right. Unpause that. And then go to that tab. Forgive me. All right. Does anybody else have any pressing questions? Or else, time is it? 9 o'clock. I'm thinking that I may vacate the seat, as it were. But I don't want to cut off any lines of conversation or any lines of questioning or any lines of inquiry that people may have artificially. But by all means, paper or plastic. Paper. Hemp paper. I don't. Solid. I think they're going to throw this motherfucker under the bus. I don't think they're going to save shit. Oh, why does the alt-right think that? Because they're insane. Girly, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 5:30 p.m. Pacific time, U.S. Tuesday, Thursday, 11:30 p.m. Pacific time, U.S. So I'll be on tomorrow. But it will be much later than when this started. Where is there we go. Sure. There's a conspiracy theory that Pence, being the president of the Senate, will join the secessionist nutballs and install the God Emperor for life. I'm in Alberta. The alt-right are so popular here. People are open racists. It's like the Letterkenny episode about the alt-right. Somebody was just mentioning that today. Oh, what the hell? Hang on. Did Curio drop? No. That's weird. All right. So let's do You can tell I'm a former IT guy because the fact that as soon as I go to type raid, I capitalize the whole word. For those of you who don't know what a RAID is, it's a redundant array of inexpensive disks. It's an IT term. And yeah, I literally muscle memory that shit. Bitch, give me my cursor back. All right, we're going to do this way. Oops. All right. There we go. Riverboat doesn't need... and Girly, I only raid people who have, like, low numbers. That I don't... Riverboat Jack doesn't need fucking help. Or Tina, too. So get your votes in. The poll has been set up. There's 4 options in there. Oh yeah, no, we know Dak. I know it's duh Cobbs, and it's technically it would be Cobbs or duh, but I like to call him Dak. Oh, sorry to hear that, Girly. You have a good one. I'll stop on by. I'll maybe throw a few bucks. But so it looks like that's how that's gonna work. All right, guys. You know the deal. KaisThings.com, KASThings.com. That's where you can catch the VODs and the and podcast episodes and whatever else. It's all there. I'll be on tomorrow, 11:30 p.m. Pacific time. I hope you guys are as well as you can be. Let's go over and raid Cat. Catch you later.